Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Now, over the last few months, I've actually talked to a bunch of media buyers and agency owners who have honestly crushed the space and spent millions of dollars per month on Facebook ads and also on other platforms. What these calls actually concluded of is what it actually takes to be a media buyer in 2023. Now, if you're a media buyer currently, I know there's lots of spaces on Twitter and also on YouTube that tell you different things to focus on this year in particular. So what I'm going to do in this video is actually condense everything from the call and also my personal take on what it will take actually to succeed as a media buyer this year. So in this video, I'll actually condense the 4 most commonly talked about topics and also take my spin on it as well. Before I get started into the video, I'd appreciate a comment and a like and a subscribe. Obviously, it helps the algorithm and also myself personally. If you want your brand audited, we're actually doing free audits at Reach Digital. I'll put a link below on how to actually get a hold of that. Coming in at tip number 4 is actually your account structure. Now, this is something you've probably heard a lot on Twitter and YouTube itself, but what does account structure actually mean? Now, after talking to a bunch of people and also my experience in particular, consolidation is key in order to hitting 50 conversion events, which is recommended by Facebook per week. Now, let's say, for example, we have one campaign with 4 ad sets at $300 each. Majority of what I've seen through audits and also talking to other media buyers is that they're testing things like interest targeting or lookalikes. Now, while this might have worked a couple of years ago, it's not really working as much this year. What I would this year and last year actually, what I would recommend instead is reallocating that budget towards your creative initiatives or your landing page initiatives. Now, a new consolidated structure would look something like 1 campaign, 2 ad sets at a much higher spend. So it'd be $600 each instead of $300 per ad set at 4 ad sets. This consolidation is going to provide you learnings at a much faster rate. So now you can actually focus on your creative initiatives. And how I would structure it actually is once you've got your 2 ad sets, I would break those down into 2 different creative concepts. Now, these creative concepts would be ideally hypothesis you have based on your audience. So either you're trying to figure out a new audience segment or you've already got one and you're making iterations on that. Another thing a lot of these media buyers talked about, and myself actually I've seen success with, is outside of the consolidation, we've seen bidding strategies work really well. Now, the purpose of bidding strategies is both for scale and efficiency. Sometimes it might not actually spend, but cost caps work really great on higher spending accounts. Now, this would be ideally targeting just 10 or 20% above your ideal CPA, and then having a larger budget on the campaign level. 9 out of 10 times, I would solely depend on lowest cost and CBO and let Facebook kind of decide where the budget allocation should go. And then the 1 out of 10 times, I'll have a cost cap or some type of min ROAS campaign to really help with stability for the account structure. All right, coming in at number 3 is offers. Now, offers is a concept that goes way back, but a lot of brands I see still aren't doing. 1, because they might think it's either off-brand, or 2, they just have no idea how to make it work for their brand. When you're choosing offers, it can be a variety of things outside of discounts itself. I've talked to a lot of brand owners and agency owners, and majority of the pushback when pushing offers is actually that they don't want to come off-brand technically. Now, what I would return in response to that is figure out another way to involve offers rather than just pushing discounts itself. So things I've got listed here are ideally things like free gifts. Now, companies like Obvi do this really well. Lots of other brands crush it in this space. If you are a brand owner, then your goal here is actually to help increase gross margin per user. If you're an agency owner, your goal is to see how you can help increase AOV and also gross margin, so that in return your Facebook ads can actually look more profitable on the back end. A gift with bundle concept is really effective. We see this crush for a majority of our brands internally. It can be as simple as buying like a makeup brush and getting like a bag for free. Whatever works or makes sense for your brand in terms of the cost of goods, I would write them down together with the brand owner, with the agency, whoever you're working with, and see what makes sense in terms of showing a higher perceived value when you're pushing the offer towards a customer. Now, coming in at number 2 is one of my personal favorites, landing pages. The sole purpose of landing pages is to actually increase the post-click experience for a user when they're coming from an ad. Now, I'm not really the best copywriter or the best landing page designer personally, but I love working with our team towards creating tailored experience based on what's working on creatives. Now, you don't need to be a genius to actually figure this out, but as a media buyer, I think you need to have some sense of direction on what your audience is on Meta. Now, this will come through creative testing, through personas that the brand owner has created or your team has created personally. and build out those experiences on landing pages. Now, I've talked about this a lot, but simple listicles to start off with is a great way to start hitting home on testing landing pages itself. Now, landing pages can also help push offers, which I mentioned before, and you can build a higher AOV offer, which can help your Facebook ads look much better. Again, all these tips combined is going to help you become a better marketer and media buyer in general. Where we've seen majority of success, again, is through listicles, and these listicles will be based off creative concepts that we've seen crush on Meta ads itself. So you've got your design, you've got your copywriting. Now, where do you actually go ahead and build these landing pages? There's a bunch of platforms you can actually use. I got a couple listed out here. So Replo is a great one. I'm not affiliated to any of these, by the way, but Replo, Shopify, you can build directly on Custom 2.0. You can use Unbound. We personally at Reach have an internal builder, which is great. We use it for all our clients. And there's plenty of other ones that you can use directly on Shopify, like Pagefly and Shogun. They're all great. One thing I would make sure to test out when you're launching these landing pages is the speed. That's one of the most important factors when launching out these landing pages. Now, coming towards our last tip of the video is understanding of creative strategy. As a media buyer, it is a must that you must understand how creatives work, who your audience is, and who you're actually talking to. You don't personally have to go execute on these creatives. It's not your job, but you have to have some type of idea on what you want to create or what you want to get inspiration from. A lot of agencies these days have internal creative strategists, which is great. They help with things like briefing and creative strategy overall. But I think it's important that you play some type of role or some type of part in that role. So it'll just help you, gain an overall knowledge of the brand itself. One of the most commonly talked about things when I was on the calls is a lot of the media buyers don't actually know what they should be testing and why. The what and why to testing actually comes in a simple hypothesis doc. What you want to do is actually go on either Notion or Excel, create a doc where it allows you to track all your learnings. Now, these learnings are very simple. You set a hypothesis is whatever your brand is, you want to test one angle or one concept around that. From there, you want to go ahead and launch it, set a test goal. What is the goal? Maybe it's a CPA goal, maybe it's a click-through rate goal, cost per click. Ideally, for a bootstrap brand, it is a CPA goal. From there, set a launch date, figure out what it takes to either show killers or winners. And then once you find your winners, iterate on their process, figure out your next steps. And it's honestly as simple as that. Another part to understanding creative strategy is actually how to write briefs, and also what your next steps are once you've found winning concepts. So writing briefs is a bit tricky. You need to understand how to do the scripting. You need to understand type of videography. Again, this is something a contractor creative strategist can help with. If you don't really have one, it's something honestly you're gonna have to learn. Again, I will put links on where you can actually learn these things from. I would just use YouTube, Twitter, Google, a bunch of these places to figure out how to write scripts. Look at examples from top performing brands, see how they've laid it out. Ideally, it would be hook, second hook, body, and then a call to action. So create those templates based on these top performing ads and see how you can recreate those concepts for your internal brand or your client. Now, ideally, when you're going through all these tips, what you should do for yourself is create almost a playbook. You don't want to keep going back to different stages of these, creative strategy landing pages. What you want to do, or what I do personally, is I have a playbook of, let's say, we've onboarded a new client, we'll have client research, customer research, understand the customers, go through creative strategy, start writing out copy for landing pages. All these things kind of play into each other, and it's a smooth process. Everyone's got a role, and you as a media buyer should be taking charge of this role. You're almost like the growth lead in the situation, and you're assigning tasks left, right, and center on who and what you should be actioning on. A media buyer today isn't really all about just clicking up and down for the buttons. I think it's much more where you have to step outside of the account, do initiatives when it comes to landing pages and creative strategy. Again, this is something that's a lot of people have talked about, and it's clearly evident that on the calls that it is quite important and something you should be executing on. So if you are either entering the space or you're already in the space, I would recommend learning week over week. Maybe you take a copywriting course somewhere that can help you with understanding how copy works, how to write persuasive copy. That's something I'm doing. Or you can understand the creative side of things. Maybe you get more involved in the creative process, understand how good quality creative is made. Maybe you understand how to write, compelling hooks. you understand how to write compelling scripts, and that can help you become more valuable to a team as a media buyer. So I think my overall summary from all these calls and I guess the tips I shared with you guys is there is a lot of shit to do. Excuse my language, but I think it is simple to manage on the ad account. If you are spending 20k plus a day, there is a lot of maintenance you might have to do, and that can be either launching ads or turning off ads or whatever it may be. But majority of your time as a media buyer should be spent outside of the account. You are almost treated as a growth strategist. You need to provide advice to both brands and also your internal team on how to grow brands. You need to figure out compelling offers, landing pages, and creative strategy. This is something that's actually going to keep evolving as you move forward as a media buyer. Things like the release of Advantage Plus is making things a lot more automated on the platforms. So doing hacky things like testing audiences isn't really as relevant, and I wouldn't waste your time actually as a media buyer. It might work great on smaller size budgets, but when you are truly scaling a brand, you really need to look at what it takes to move the needle. And in this case, it is those tips I definitely shared. So I guess that's the end of this video. If you did find it helpful, I'm happy to do more videos of this where I share learnings and provide them directly to you guys based on people I communicate with on my network. If there's an audit you'd like done for your brand, reach out to the link below. We are doing free audits at Reach Digital. If there's anything I missed or anything valuable we found in this video, please like and comment below, and I'll catch you guys next time.